I just got off work, so you will have to forgive my frazzled appearance. Um, so I've been thinking a lot about your question, and I have to say that that particular feeling never quite goes away, and if it does, I don't think that you're doing something right. I think by the nature of what we do as spiritual people, as spiritual workers, you're constantly going to be confronting your limitations and your defects. That comes with bringing light into your spirit and into a place where light has never been shown before. And I'm not talking about like a personal light. I'm talking about like a light into your spirit. When you begin working with these entities, with these spirits, and you're questioning whether or not you're ready. I think, yes, you do have to discern for yourself the degree by which like you feel comfortable to move forward. I think that only you can really make up that decision, but I also think that you have to be cognizant that the other side of those scales oftentimes is just fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of learning, fear of growing. You have to also reconcile within yourself that these things will constantly go back and forth until the day that you overcome fear. Sometimes in these situations, based on like who you are and based on what you have shown me, I can tell you that you're going to do great things and you need to stop worrying so much. There are many, many times that I myself, after shooting an arrow, pulling a trigger, something that can't be undone, I have also wondered, like, am I ready for this level of responsibility? Am I ready for this level of commitment? Am I ready for all of the changes that this is going to bring in a systemic and structural manner in my life? And I never really allowed myself to get to a place where, like, I could answer that question definitively, because I don't believe in waiting for a moment when you're, quote, ready, end quote, to take your spirituality deeper. I think most people generally get pushed to that place where they have to start seeking out like alternative solutions. And I think, some people may just simply have like a connection to a deeper connection, maybe, that seeks to be explored, to spirit, to the unknown, to God, to divinity. See, just like I was telling you, ash from the cigarette, this conversation that we're having, the spirits speak, man. I think at the end of the day, after reflecting on your question for a while, I think that you should always be doing something that is pushing you to be better at whatever it is that you want to do. you know, I think sometimes people get caught up in the romanticism of a lot of these things and not necessarily in the sacrifices and the dedication and the devotion that is taken to get there. Now, with that being said, that also makes it seem like very elaborate, and you have to realize that with this stuff and with all things, you just have to take it one day at a time, you know, especially when you're coming into something completely foreign and unknown to you. And you know, it takes time. It takes time to be comfortable, and it takes time to be confident, and it takes time to feel ready. But the moment that you feel ready, like, life is just going to throw you something that's going to push you and challenge you all over again. And it's going to make you, it's going to continue to push you to grow. The day that you are no longer growing is the day that you're in the ground. And even then, you're just food for other things that are growing. So, I mean, you're still an intrinsic link in the transformation that is continual within the universe. Like, you're never going to be separate from it, ever. It is a trapping of the ego that says, like, oh, I am here and that's over there. Like, no, you're over there, you're over here. It's over there, it's inside of you, you know. You are intrinsically linked to every other person that lives on this planet, every other living thing on this planet, every other inanimate object that you touch, that you see, that you think about. Like, you have to like unpack some of these things when you have a deeper moment for yourself to do so, and really think about the way that you are connected to everything that has ever been and that will ever be. And then yet here we are in this moment having this conversation. You know, everything is going on right now all at one time. And yet here we are doing whatever it is that we're doing. So, but no, my godson, I do not think that, I don't think, you know, that you may ever feel 100% ready. But that does not mean that I also don't think that you shouldn't have the courage to take these steps. I think that you were called to this point for a reason. I think that you have had the experiences that you have had for a reason. And I think that you're gonna surprise yourself. So I wanted to make this video so that you could really like see my thought process and see like where I'm at versus just reading it over a text message. And by now, I'm just like, meh, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. So this is my response to your last text. And I hope that gives you some insight. And I hope that you know in your heart that none of this is rushed, but you will be pushed. You know, I don't like complacency. I don't like it because it's not serving to the highest benefit of the self. You're gonna have to push yourself. And these spirits will definitely do the same because they want to see you succeed. You have an immense potential. And you need to stop worrying so much. That's my advice.